Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. The first look at last time we have question 23 and question 24. These two we have not finished last time. So today's lesson, we first need to finish these two parts first. Talk about question 23 and question 24. We have these two questions first. We start from question 23. For question 23, the questions asked here for these ones here. Let me put the questions up. Okay, here is for question 23. Semi answer. Look at the top three. Let's say top four then. Liani is the first good answer, right? Good. Tony, the second good answer, right? Look at third answer, right? Okay, these are the top three here. This question not that easy though. Yeah, this question actually is not that easy. Remember, if the question gives you a multiple choice question, the answer has to be one of them. If you disagree any of the answers, and then submit your own answer, 99% this is unlikely to be true. The question gives you the answers, the answer has to be one of them, 99%. Okay, look at this one here. The questions ask you two squares, JKLM, this one, and PQRS. The length of JK, this is 6 centimeters. The first part, we know this is 6 centimeters here, and the PQ, it becomes 4 centimeters. The vertex of K is in the middle point of S and R. The questions ask you, what's the area for this? What's the area for this? So, many of the similar answers says B, but if a question asks you to prove that, how do you know the answer is B then? How do you think about that? So what we have to do for this one, we have to extend this one a little bit. We're going to extend this one slightly. So for example, the left-hand side, we can extend this slightly. Extend it, like this part. And the second part here, we can extend this one. Remember, how you get the answer is more important than the answer itself. Yeah, this is more important. Even if you get the answer right, you have to ask yourself, is your method the best method? Or is your working out is it clear for the examiner to see or not? Because many times when I was marking students' papers, the students answers everywhere basically. So teacher has to check to find where your answer is. In the real test, teacher will not be that patient here. Examiner have a lot of questions to mark. They just mark it wrong. Bear this in mind. Okay, the first we can have this rectangle for the small one and small square on the top as well. So look at the names. MJ plus JX. So look at MJ plus JX is equals to MJ plus JX is equals to MJ plus SP. MJ plus SP. So these two we have done, we add them together, the 6 plus 4, they become which number? It becomes 10 centimeters. So it becomes 10 centimeters here. Now look at the second part. And the second part we look at, the vertex. Look at the vertex K. The question given to me, say K is actually midpoint of IS. So we can find a KR. It should be 4 divided by 2. It become how much? 2 centimeters. So it become 2 centimeters. This will become 2 centimeters here. So now we can find the base of the rectangle. So you can see this, we call this is step 1. Then this is step 2, step 3. Step 3, you can find out the base of the rectangle. The base of rectangle, how we supposed to work it out then, is then we can get it like ML plus LY. ML plus LY is this bit. This bit isn't actually equals to ML plus KR because LY is equal to KR. Okay, like this number here. So the value we have is 6 plus 2, will become 8 centimeters. This will become 8 centimeters here. So this part we know is 8 centimeters. Now we can find the JS. Also, we can find the JS. JS has become JK minus SK. Now look at next one. JK minus XK is becoming 6 minus 2. They become 4 centimeters. This is 4 centimeters. So for that reason, you can find the SPXJ. You can find the side length now. So we can find out SPXJ has side length of 4 centimeters. Okay. Just quickly remind you, if you want to send me the messages, you send me the messages here, which is as a message everyone. Hi and hello to everyone. So you can say this is a place you can send me the messages. Also, only you can see the message sent to teachers. So you cannot see other students' messages and other students cannot see your message as well. So that's why sometimes they say you cannot say any other answers. That's correct. So nobody can copy each other's answers. Bear this in mind here. Only you can say that your own messages sent to teacher, but teacher can say different students' messages. That's the difference. Yeah, bear this in mind. Any question, just drop me a message. Okay, this one we nearly finished here. This is a square, so we can find out area or shaded region. So we can find out the area of the shaded region is equals to the triangle. The triangle MXQ. See, basically we talk about the big triangle outside, this big one. Take away the smaller one. Take away this bit. See, the big triangle take away squares minus the area of the square SPXQ, SPXJ. So you can find this value. Just like half times 8 times by 10. Take away 4 by 4. And it becomes 24 centimeters squared. 24 centimeters squared. The Heckel value from this answer here. Now let's move on. Let's move on. Next question. Question 24. Question 24 actually is a kind of super hard. Not many people are able to do this one though. Let me see. 24. If you got answers, drop me a message here for question 24. The top three. Kevin Zen is the first. Leonie second. Leon third. Victoria Falls. Okay, so these are top 4 here. Okay, thumbs up now, everyone. This question is kind of tricky because all the answer received basically focus on 2 parts. One is for B, another one's for C. So basically we have 2 different type answers. Is most of the cases either B or C. So look at this. How are we supposed to do for this one then? The question told you this is regular heptagon. So basically 7-sided shape. It's 7-sided shape and it is regular. What does this mean? So it means it has to be every single side is equal. Every single side is equal. So the triangle G, let me label this one here. For example, I label this one out. So this is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So the 2 triangles, they're symmetrical. Triangle GFE and triangle CBA are symmetrical. So basically that's congruent to each other though. So first, FEG. These 2 triangles are symmetrical. So FEG this angle is equals to BCA. Okay, look at this angle here. You know, BCA isn't equal to angle BAC. This little angle equal to this little angle. Why? Is because there are isosceles triangle here. So you can get angle FEG become S degree. So for that reason, FEG, we can say this is S degree. So how about angle GFE? So angle GFE is equal to angle EDC to become P degree as well, because they're both interior angles. They're both interior angles. So now, inside the triangle, GFE, inside the triangle GFE, what is the interior angle? Interior angles. Angle inside, like this angle. This angle is the interior angle of the heptagon, and this little angle is the interior angle of heptagon as well, because this is a regular heptagon. So therefore, this 2 angles will be the same. So for that reason, this will also become P degree. So now in the triangle BGFE, you know, angles in triangle add up to how many degree? 180. So we can get it like this. We said before is S. This we work as P. So we can get it like P plus R plus S. It become 180 degree. This is 180 degrees though. Now, look at the next one. You know, Q and T, they're both exterior angles. They're both exterior angles. What does this mean? You remember regular shape exterior angle, we have formula 360 divided by number of sides. So Q and T will be equal. So Q and T will be equal. So for that reason, We can add them up now. So P plus Q plus R plus S plus T is going to become 180. This 180 is come from here. P R S. So P R S. Okay, so it become 180 plus Q plus T. Q and T, we just prove they're equal. See, plus 2Q. See, plus 2Q. That's why answer was B. This is how we could answer from. But this question here, that's how I could answer from. But this one. Okay, this one we have done. Now let's move on to question 25. Okay, remember, only when teacher asks you to tell me the answer, then you send me the answers from now. Otherwise, your answer does not count. Yeah, so let's make it fair. Okay, send me the answer for question 25 from now. Okay, let's say top 4. Leo the first. But your answer is not right. Kevin first, Lucas second, Leon third, Pauline fourth. Okay, these are top 5 here. Top 4 here. Okay, so basically we only have 2 different type answers. Some answers C, some answers D. So only have these 2 different type answers here. Look at these questions here. Let's see how you can answer. The question says, the diagram shows the first 15 positive integers arranged in a triangle. Okay, look at this, yeah? What's the difference between this one and the triangle numbers? You need to think about this. These numbers rearranged, the 5 integers along each edge have the same sum. Okay. Now, unlike the example shown, when it is done, what is the greatest possible such sum? Think about how you're going to do it for this one then. So first thing, think about how do you rearrange this? How do you rearrange this one? So this one, you have different way to rearrange this one. How are we supposed to do for this? So the question does not give you any more information. So we have to observe this one first. Look, there were 3 integers in the center of the triangle. Okay, we have 3 integers at the center of the triangle here. So for the sum, look, the question says every single side has to be as big as possible. Okay, every single side has as big as possible. So the 3 numbers inside has to be as small as possible. So in that case, all the other bigger numbers you can put onto the side. So the center, we pick up the smallest number. So this is the first step. Step 1, we can say to make the edge as large as possible. To make the edge as large as possible, so the center has to be as small as possible. That's the first thing to spot it. So the center as small as possible. Basically, we only have 1, 2, 3 in the center then. So the rest of numbers altogether is how much? So the rest The rest of numbers has to be 4 plus 5 plus 6. Add them up. 13 plus 14 plus 15. Okay, add them up. Tell me what answer is this. Let me see who are the top 4 for this. Okay, might have. we are talking about add this one up. It's not sent to me the answer A, B, C, D. Okay, listen carefully, focus here. Only your calculations right. Yeah, good. So the answer is 114. 114, James could do as well. Okay, so now we have these two answers here. We know this is 114 we have. So now all together is 114. Now look at the edges we have. Look at the 3 edges. For this number, and this number, this we call 3 edges here. This edge, every single vertex, see, we call this a vertex number. Every single vertex number has to be, which number here, is actually, can be used on both lines here. See? So we can say this is every vertex number contribute to both edges. So basically, for example, like 15, you counted into this side, 50 counted in this side. So basically 15, you counted twice. So what does it mean? So because these numbers have been counted twice, you want to get the answer as greatest as possible. So the top corner 3 is better we use the largest 3 numbers. Say 13, 14, 15. So for the total to be maximum, the vertex number, we pick the top 3, 13, 14, 15. So in that case, the sum of the integers on the 3 edges, how much is that? On the 3 edges, we can get it like, how much is that? Anybody who can work this out? It has become 114 plus, no, 13 plus 14 plus 15. Yeah, this is how you work it out. Why is that? Because before we said all the rest numbers apart from middle 1, 2, 3, all the rest answers added together is 114. We also mentioned the green color one, the corner ones, the vertex numbers will be counted twice because this is shared with the corner number here. So for that reason, all the 3 sides are added together in this case. You add them up, you have to add 13, 14, 15 again, because these 3 numbers will be counted twice. Answer 156. See, this is 156 here. Good. So now, this is 156, is for 3 sides, add them up. So for each side, the answers become how much? 156 divided by 3, answers 52. Answers 52. That's how you get answer from. Okay, answer from for this one. Actually, you can make one yourself. You can make one. I'm gonna pick up. I'm gonna show you one possible answers for the arrangement. So, for example, and the number we can have is like This is 13, 12, 11, could be 8, 1, 7, 5, 2, 3, 6, 14, 4, 9, 10, 15. This is one of the possible answers. Could it be more? Yeah, could it be more? Right, so this paper, finally we have finished. So now let's move on to the next paper. Let me put the next papers up. Tier 3 paper next. Okay, so look at this paper here. For the first couple answers is kind of relatively easier. So I'm gonna just write an answer on the board. So you check your answers by yourself, and then you tell me which question you want to talk about. Question 1 is C, question 2 is D, question 3 is A, question 4 was E, question 5 was A. For the top first 5 questions, any question want to explain? Just send me the question number, which question you want to talk about here. Questions 3, 4, 5. Okay, questions 3, 4, 5. Let's talk about this 3 here. Look at question 3, because you can see the diagonal. The diagonal of the square is like bisected this into half. The bisected into half, this will become 45 degrees. So this is 45 degrees. This is equilateral triangle 60. Add them up is 105. This is question 3. The question 4, the perimeter rectangle for this one say is 8 times by 10. It become 80 centimeters. This is for the perimeter. This for the perimeter here. So the perimeter regular decagon. So the perimeter of decagon, we can get like 8 times 80. It becomes 640 centimeters. So therefore the length of each edge, so the length, it is 640 divided by 10, and so it becomes 64. Okay, 64. This is how you get a value from. What this question say? The how you get answer from. What this one here then? Okay, now let's look at the next one here. Question 5. Okay, you didn't do. Yeah, if you spend 45 minutes, that's even better. This paper is 1 hour paper though. Question 5. The question given is the left, the Southampton arrived. How many minutes did it take? This one is not difficult to them. So first to find what the difference between them. The difference is 2 hours 33 minutes. 2 hours 33 minutes is like 2 times by 60 plus 33, and they become 153. See, the answer for this one. Okay, Question 6, semi-answered. Let me see who are the top 4. Mine is right. Neil second. Tao third. Luke fourth. Okay, these are the top 4 here. Yeah, and the answer we have here, many answers says C, some answers says D, some answers says B. Look at this. The question shows a partially complete magic square. All rows, corners, diagonal have the same total. The question is what is x plus y? Look at this. So can we say this is Z? We can call the natural number. It is T. You know, T, we can write down like x plus y plus z. Also, you can find out T like 6 plus 7 plus z. 6 plus 7 plus z. So you can get about x plus y plus z is become 6 plus 7 plus z. So for that reason, x plus y, see, they will be equivalent to each other in this case. That's why answer is 13. Answer was D then, to take good answers. Remember, the paper you had to finish before the lesson. Otherwise, in the lesson, teachers start to explain this. You will find it's quite fast. Yeah, and you will find that other students respond very fast because they finish the paper before the lesson. So have a good habit. Finish the paper before the lesson. Okay. Question 7. Start semi-answer now. Semi-answer in letters. Don't send me the numbers. Liam, you're the first good answer, right? My second. Teresa third. Luke fourth. Okay, this is the top 4 here. The other people could answer right. Okay, that's really, really good. Now, look at these questions here. Look at this. The question says, how many integers are greater than this? Come on, this question is not difficult though. So this number, we add them together, which is 38. This times them together, 360. 360, this is 38. So what's the difference between them? We take each other, isn't it? We take each other. So the number is greater than 38. Greater than 38 basically is like we start from 39. And less than this number, so 39 to 359. So what we have to do is 359, take away 39 plus 1, that is 321. Is that easy peasy now? Okay, question 8. Question 8, start semi-answers. Okay, Teresa first, Leon second, Leo third, Hao fourth. Okay, Bobo fifth. Okay, there's the top 5 here. Look at this question together, everybody. Let's see how you look at the value here. So let me look at the answer. We have 2 different type answer for this question. Some answer is E, some answer D. Yeah, we have 2 different type answers. You know, half the second quarter has to be played, so the third and fourth quarter. So the fraction has to be like 1/2 times by 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. So the answer is 5/8. 5/8. Question 9. Question 9 is dropping my answers then. Oh, 7 first, How second, my third, Leo first. Okay, these are top 4. Remember, only send me the answer once, yeah? You don't need to repeat send me the answer 100 times, okay? Otherwise, I cannot add the answer, so. Okay, look at this question, sir. For question 9, basically, we just estimate answers. 4 million, okay, it's 4 million here, divided by 500, this become 40,000 over 5, answer become 8,000. the high answers for this one here. Now look at next one. The next one, question 10. So question 10, questions ask you. Adding 4 to 5, I give it a total of 1. Add 4 to 5. Okay, this question, I just tell you the answer directly, yeah, because I think this one should be fine. Answer is C, okay? If you want a teacher to explain this one, just type in explain. Alternatively, we move on to the next question, yeah? Okay, let's explain this one. So what we have to do, the 5 fractions, we add them up, is 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3 plus 1 over 9 plus 1 over 18. We add them up. So this is 18. You can get 9 plus 6 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. Add them up. So it becomes 21 over 18. 21 over 18 is 7 over 6. Is 1 over 6. So the fraction is not used is 1 over 6. That's why. Okay. So this is why the answer is 1 over 6. Now let's move on. Question 11 answer. Let me write down the answer directly though. It's D. Question 12 answers A. Question 13 answers D. For these 3 questions, which question you want to explain? Type in the question number. Yeah. 11, 12, 13 answers on the board. Which question you want to explain? Drop me a message. 12 and 13, 12, 11, 13. So basically every question then. We start from question 11 first. Yeah, we start from question 11 first. For question 11, when we divided, this number divided by 1, 2, 3 should not have too tricky one then. We divided because this is become 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. You count every single number. How many digits they have? If they have 10 digits. This has 10 digits here. Now look at next one here. Now look at next one here then. Question 13. Question 13. Question 13, what question asks you for? The question gives you say each of the cubes. Question 12 first. You know, the sum of the interior angles of the triangle add to 180. So for that reason, PSR is 110. So these 2 angles, so angle SPR add angle PRS, this then becomes 70 degree. Question tells the ratio as well. See, the 2 to 3. So you can find the angle SPR. It becomes 2 over 5 times by 70. So it becomes 28 degree. SPR is 28 degree. And the question told you PR bisect angle SPQ. So this would be 28 degree as well. So both are 28 degrees. So next, look at triangle PQR. Look at this one here then. PQR, you know, PQ equals to QR because question gives you the symbol here. This will become 28 degrees as well. So therefore angle PQR is 180 minus 2 times 28. Answer is 124 degrees. This is how you get answers for this question say. Now the next one, question 13. For question 13, the question shows a shape made from 3 by 3 by 3. Okay, the total surface area. So first you can say the cubes have 6 faces. First thing, think about how many have all the faces of them. There are 4 cubes. One face we have 6 faces, so 4 cubes we have 24 faces. 24 faces, each face it is 3 by 3. So 3 by 3, which will become 9 centimeters squared. So the total surface area 24 times by 9 is 216 centimeter squared. Centimeter squared here. Okay, the heck value from with these questions here. Question 14. Question 14, this one I need you to send me the answers. Let me see. Question 14. Let me see who are the top 4. Teresa first, Yabin second, Leo third, Luke fourth. Leon fifth. Okay. We have answers E. Answers E, yeah. So if I want to explain, type in explain. Otherwise, we move on to the next one. Answer Z. Okay. So if you want to explain, type in explain. Okay, let's explain this one. So this one, we can use equation to work out. Question 14. Let me put on the new page. We can set that Billy has B names. Billy we have is B names here. And 3B, this recorded numbers. So B numbers here. We can set Millie has M. As M numbers and 2M names. So therefore we can find out that they have 17 animals in total. So you can get like 4B plus 3M, it becomes 17. So 4B plus 3M becomes 17. We don't have any other numbers, do we? What we have to do, we have to use trial and error, so trial and error to say how does this one work. So the answer you have is like B is become 2 and M is become 3. So the number of the numbers, only this to B equal to 2 and M equal to 3, which makes this one work. So the number is actually 3B plus M. It becomes 3 times 2 plus 3, and so it becomes 9. So I could answer for this question here. Okay, so how you can answer for this one here. Now let's move on to the next one. 14 we have done. Question 15. Semi answers for question 15. Simon first, Leon second, Teresa third, Leon fourth. Okay, these are the top 4 people here. Right. So major, we have two different answers. Some answers C, some answers D. So major, we have these two different answers. So do you think this is C or do you think this answer is D? So first look at what the question talk about. The question says we have L shape is a 4x4, yeah, cover exactly 3 cells. So he allowed to turn around or turn over L shape. What's the largest L shape he can place on the board without overlap? What's the largest? Some answers 4. So look at this. The question give you this L shape is a special L shape because it only occupies 3 boxes here. So let's say, how does this one work? The first one, we can write like that, isn't it? Okay. So how many do we have? By doing this, we can count them. We can count it. This we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, isn't it? So final answer was D. Final answer is D. Question 16. Question 16, send me those answers. Teresa first, Leah second. And James third. Okay, hey, this question, let's talk about this question together then, because only 3 people can answer right so far. The question asks you how many pairs of the digits P and Q so that the 5-digit is multiple 15. So I'll do this one on a separate page. So look at this. 15, if I do the prime factor tree of 15, it then becomes 3 times by 5, prime factor tree. So therefore, for P869Q to be a multiple of 15, so the sum of the digit P plus A plus 6 plus 9 plus Q is actually a multiple 3. This is multiple 3, and Q, it becomes 0, or Q, it becomes 5. So we can discuss this separately. We discuss this one separately. So we can say when Q becomes 0, what's going to happen? So the sum we have this is actually 23 plus P. What kind of situation is multiple 3? So when P, we know a number is multiple 3 means all the digits added them together, the answer has to be multiple 3. So for example, like P is equal to 1, so 23 plus 1, 24 is multiple 3. So you can say P equal to 1 or 4 or 7. See, this we have. Now look at the second one. When Q becomes 5. And the sum is how much? The sum of the digit, it is 28 plus p. 28 plus p, you make a multiple of 3. The nearest one is then become 30. So for that reason, is when p is become which number? P is become 2, or could be 33. P is become 5, or it could be 36. So 36, 28 plus 8. So p could become 8. So the possible pairs, the pairs we have, what number we have? We have is like 1, 0, 4, 0, 7, 0, 2, 5, and 8, 5. So altogether, how many we have? So total we have 6. The total is 6. This is what we have. With this answer here. Next question. Question 17. Semi answers. Okay. Boji answers first. Yabin second. Teresa third. My fourth. Okay, this are the top 4 for question 17. So look at this. The questions ask you from the height of smaller rectangle. The height of smaller rectangle here. Yeah, some answers. 3 different answers. B, C, E. We have 3 different type answers for question 17. So look at the steps here. Step 1. We can find out the height of smaller rectangle. Is 13 divided by 4. It will be 13 over 4 centimeters. The height of the largest rectangle is that we have to use add them together, isn't it? Add them up. So the height is 3, adding this bit. So 3 plus 14 over 4, 13 over 4. Answer is 25 over 4 centimeters. 25 over 4 centimeters. So we can consider the large area, the large rectangle. So we can get this like x times by 25 over 4 times by 25 over 4. This value will become which number? They become 25. They become 25 because we just use this area to make an equation, and then times by base, answer become 25. Okay, so for that reason, we can find x. X becomes 25 divided by 25 over 4, answer become turns upside down. Answer become 4 here. See, they have the answer from for this answer here. They have your value from for this one though. Question 18. This is a difficult one. Semi answers. Okay, Leon is the first. Yampin second. Lucas for third. This is kind of difficult one. So for question 18, how does this one work? To satisfy the condition, the first digit of the two numbers has to be as close as possible to each other. See, the first digit of two numbers has to be as close as possible. Because it cannot be equal, so it has to be differ by one. Say, like say, n and n plus one, for example, like that. So the difference between the two numbers so let me write down steps here. To make the difference as a minimum. To make the difference a bit minimum, we can make the 4-digit after n plus 1. We can make 4-digit after n plus 1 as small as possible. As small as possible. And the 4-digit after n as large as possible. Only by doing this way can satisfy the condition for the question. So for that reason, you can see the smallest 4-digit number is how much? Use the number question gives to you. Is 0, 1, 2, 3. And the largest is 9876. So we just need to make a is equal to 4. So the difference is it is 50123 take away 49876. Answer is 247. Okay, this is how you get the value from for this question here. So the correct answer for this one, it was B. Answer was B though for this question here. Okay, so today we're gonna finish here. So I'm gonna send you one of new questions as well. Okay, so we finished today. We're gonna see you next time. See you. Bye.